Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Black Lightning Season 4 review series. And today I am going to be talking about Episode 4, The Book of Reconstruction, Chapter 4, A Light in the Darkness, which I have just finished watching. And this was, in my opinion, a very good follow-up to the last episode, which saw Jefferson walk into a restaurant and he catches Lynn having dinner with Tobias Whale of all people. So this episode pretty much deals with the aftermath of that moment and more. And the ending of this episode really caught me by surprise. I did not see it coming at all, which I'm going to be talking about in a moment. But aside from all of that, this was a good solid episode and I'm really enjoying the story arc that's going on at the moment, which basically sees Jefferson still dealing with the fact that his best friend Henderson was killed off back at the end of Season 3, and he's pretty much a broken man. He's turned his back on all of his friends and family. He's pretty much stopped being Black Lightning, so he's on a very dark and emotional journey at the moment, and he's even started using his powers in public, and he's even developed an ability where he can erase people's minds. So Jefferson is just all over the place at the moment, and I'm really enjoying seeing how all of this is unfolding. So with that all said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Episode 4, The Book of Reconstruction, Chapter 4, A Light in the Darkness. So as we see, Jefferson is still not in a great place, and Lynn still hasn't come clean with him about the dinner that she had with Tobias, not knowing that Jefferson has already seen them, and this prompts Jefferson to confront Tobias, although nothing comes of it. He later goes to Lala's fight club, where he has been going there for over a week, and TC is watching the fight online and ends up revealing to his daughter Jennifer that her father is one of the fighters. Later on, after an emotional confrontation with Lynn, Jefferson goes to a bar where Detective Hassan Shakur reveals what good Black Lightning has done, as well as the kind of hero that he is and how he once saved him, prompting Jefferson to go home and mend some serious needed fences with his family. So we also see Anissa and Grace have finally come home. Anissa has put all of Grace's things in storage, and Grace wants to get some of her things, but Anissa shoots down that because it's her loft. Anissa later comes to her senses and also gifts Grace a new copy of the comic book she had when they first met each other. They later team up to go to the mayor's event at the homeless encampment, where Grace takes on her own vigilante, giving herself the name Wild with the letter Y. And also in this episode we see, with TC's help, a design flaw is inserted into the new DEGs. It has been a busy few days until the launch, but also gets Lauren to trust Gamby even further. She comes over to his apartment and after some intimate time brings him to another secret project of hers, a mysterious renewable energy source. So it looks like Gamby is now working with Lauren, but it looks like he's got his own agenda, and obviously he's taking precautions and wants to know what's actually going on within Lauren's new business. It's also revealed that the mayor's death was all Tobias' doing, and he manipulates the mayor into having the event at the homeless encampment, fed Lala the information that led him there to trigger the shootout, and then had one of his own henchmen kill the mayor with a police-issue bullet. Tobias takes the death of the mayor as an opportunity to further exert his own power and get the people of Freeland to trust him. So basically, throughout this season so far, Tobias has been trying to convince everyone that he's changed and he wants to run as mayor of Freeland. Now Jefferson, of course, is the only one who doesn't buy this, because he knows what Tobias is really like, given the fact that Tobias murdered his dad many years ago and they've got a lot of history and a lot of bad blood. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Tobias will actually become mayor and how this will set up for the eventual final confrontation between Tobias and Black Lightning. So we also see Jen as Lightning goes with Grace Wild and Anissa to the mayor's event, and when Lala's people show up, they intervene to try and save the mayor and the officials at the event. Unfortunately, it goes wrong and the mayor is shot and killed on site. The new police chief, who has been monitoring Lightning's activities for some time, blames the young hero. We then see Jen go into the inner sphere, but something goes wrong and she becomes too overpowered and explodes into 1,000 energy particles in the darkness, and that's how we end episode 4 on a huge cliffhanger. Overall, very good episode. The idea of Jen going up into near enough outer space and absorbing all of the power from around her, and she just ends up blowing up, was an ending I did not see coming at all. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that's going to be addressed in the next episode. And I thought the scene between Jefferson and Lynn was an emotional moment, and you can really see that Jefferson does care, but he's just on this dark downward spiral and he doesn't know how to get out of it. So that was a really good scene, and I have to give mega props to the entire cast, because I've said this in past videos, they're an amazing cast of actors and actresses and they really work hard, and I think some of the performances on the show have been absolutely tremendous. And with this being the final season, I think everybody has definitely brought their A game and just gone that one little step further to putting out what could be the best season for this show. It's a shame that it's going to be the final one, but this ride's far from over, so we're just going to have to wait and see how this is all going to play out. So I'm going to wrap this up now. What do you think of the ending involving Jen? Do you think she's actually dead? Do you think she could actually come back? And what about Tobias exerting further power into becoming mayor? Do you think he could become the mayor of Freeland, or do you think there's some other dark agenda going on? And what about Grace developing her own persona as Wild? Do you think she could be in on the Black Lightning team, or do you think she might just work with Anissa and they work together as a duo team up? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will be back next time for another edition of the Black Lightning Season 4 review series, where I'll be talking about episode 5, which I am very much looking forward to talking about, especially with the way this episode ended. So until next time, take care everybody, and stay safe, and thanks for listening.